What's good with the world, everyone? Sure, only here, you know. Time to give you guys another lesson. All right, so today's lesson is going to be on how to master a track with using only default stock FL Studio plugins. All right, so you guys don't have to go out there get all the expensive plugins. You know what this is about. My channel used to be called Ghetto FL Tutorial. So with that being said, let's get started. And for you guys that didn't listen to the last episode, from now on I'll be giving dual episodes, one in English and one in Korean as well, so watch out for that. So don't look at my channel and be like, oh, why is he speaking in a foreign language? It's for all my Korean viewers out there. All right, just making sure. All right, let's get started. First of all, I got the track right over here. Let's hear the woo! That's fire, right? So you guys have to watch out. Like it says right here, it's horror theme. I'm making this a compilation album for my label. And it'll be coming out on Halloween. All right, so let's see how I got this done. Let's open up the mixer. Boom. All right. So I'm gonna take all of these third-party plugins off. Okay, and we're gonna start from the bare minimum. The volume might go down because I took maximizer off. You guys might have to put the volume up at some certain points. So the first thing I put on is what I call a bass mono master. Okay, a bass mono. And what this does is it just gets the lower frequencies and it puts it into mono. If I open up Maximus right over here, I have everything else off, muted, whatever. And I just have the lows right over here. And I have it at around 120, 130-ish for this track. And then if I go into my other one right over here, I have the low muted, and then I have everything else right over there. So that's how it works out. Very easy to make in Patcher. You know, you guys just open up Patcher. If you guys don't have it, I'll be willing to share the FL, the presets with you. So don't worry about it, And then I have a stereo shaper, which will make this into mono. Okay, basically what I do is I right click on it, and then I select from mixing, I select A, side, and mid. No, that's not the one I select. I select mid, this one. Okay. And this, it really doesn't matter here what you select it as because there's only one channel that's going out anyways. So this makes it all mono. To explain this is going to take a lot of time, so I'll do a separate tutorial on the stereo shaper one of these days. Basically, left plus right, okay, equals mid or mono. All right, just that's all you have to know for now. So that's the way it works. That's why the levels are all the same. All right, second thing I add here, so let's hear before and after right here. So if you guys can hear, it cleared up a lot of the lower frequencies a little bit. Second thing I have is a mid-side EQ. And basically, I'm doing this to reinforce the first bass mono master. Basically, I take a stereo shaper. I do the exact same preset as before, except that here I have the in and out difference at 1. I take the second link, I make it to the side. And what this does is it allows me to edit the side frequencies. Here you can't see the side frequencies that well, So sometimes I use EQUO for this. I don't know what to call it otherwise. I'm sorry, you guys. But so I might do it like this. And then you guys can see all the frequencies below like 120 or so has been rolled off. Right? And I don't touch anything else. This again is to clear up the bass frequencies in the mix, and you don't want the bass frequencies in the side, right? That's why in the mid channel I have it present. And then there's a comparison with the side channel. So if you guys see over here, all right, I have the mid like this and I have the side like this, where the side will be coming up a little bit more and it'll be clearing out some of the bass frequencies, because if bass is ringing out on the sides, it's going to cause phase cancellation, all that stuff, you know. For that, just YouTube for more mastering techniques. All right, let's get to the third part. So here is basically the same thing, but yet again, here instead of dynamic multiband compression, I have a self-made dynamic multiband compression, a workaround. So I got this. First of all, let's hear it without the mid and side EQ. This with. This without. This with. Another technique that I might do from time to time is I might put up the side EQ a little bit, give it a little bit more stereo image that way. You know? But that depends on the type of the track. For this track, I didn't think it was needed. All right. Alright, so for here, what I do is I get the stereo shaper, I get the, you know, the mid to side thing again. Alright, so I have two mid channels running. And basically the reason for this is if you guys normally open up like another multi-band compression like Waves, I forget the name of it, or you open up Ozone, the Ozone Dynamics, wait a second. All right, you guys can see that it has 4 bands here. It has 4 bands, right? And it also has this mid side thing, you know, that you guys could edit the mid and the side separately. So the mono and the stereo can be edited separately, basically. So I wanted something like that for the mid side multi-band thing. So basically that's what I made over here, doing it by myself. So I have a mid. I have 4 bands here essentially. Basically I use Maximus, so you know the low over here will cover from 20 to I believe 80 where the low cut ends. All right, I think this goes up to 80, you can see in the left. So that's where I have it up to, just for the sub, the really low stuff. I have the rest of it muted, off, muted, whatever. And then for here is from 80 on up. So let's play the track. So this is just the mid signal, 80 hertz and up to 20 hertz that's going through. Okay. And then I add the subs right here. And then I add the sides right here. So the sides, you know, I have it separately. Again, I have it all off. I use this low cut setting. So I'll have it all off from 80 on up, whatever the minimum is. You could also have the low completely muted. So from the mid, actually, I have it from 100 to whatever, you know. So that's how I have it for the mid. And then I'm routing these to a parametric EQ again, just to see how they're working. So you guys can see I rolled off all of this. Even if I put this at default, you guys can see it's all rolled off. Hear that amount? Right. So that's how I put it all together. All right. And of course for the limiting effect to totally put it in, put up the volume in the limiter, you could use the Fruity limiter. All right. This is one of the ways that you could work around. At the end of the day, I've tried both. If I do an A and B comparison of the Ozen 7 maximizer versus the limiter, the maximizer does have a little bit more transparency to it. If you guys listen to it, I'll do an A and B comparison. So as you guys could tell, there's definitely a better transparency with the maximizer, as well as I think it reserves more of the transients. Other than that, you could use the limiter definitely. Here I have some other things, is the inflator, and I also have an imager, just to make sure. But what I'm trying to show you guys is that most of the work, or all of the work, can be done just using default stock plugins to master your track. You don't need to go out and buy expensive plugins for all of that stuff. So hope you guys learned something today. Follow me on Facebook, SoundCloud, all that stuff. Till next time. Blow.